and welcome back to my channel. So it's flexing on you. 8:27. It's also Saturday night. I just got back from Wausau because I was cleaning out my grandma's house because we moved her into assisted living a while ago, and we had to clean out the house to get it appraised and looking its best so we could get so we could sell it eventually. But today's video is about my review of the first week of school. So my first week of school was a week after pretty much everyone else started. Like River Falls started a week before us. Eau Claire, I don't know why I said Eau Claire, but a bunch of other schools started before us. We started after. My first day was Monday. Let's start from the beginning. So on Monday we had 2 hours of just like sitting in our advisories, and our advisories are like just this group of kids that you go through your high school experience with, and it's like a class you have at like 4th hour every day, and you're just chilling out with them or using it as a study hall. Yeah, that was boring as frick, and we spent 30 minutes like wandering the school halls, which it looks really nice, yeah, but everything looks the same, and the hallways are almost smaller than they used to be, and like that's not really helpful because they really didn't spread out the kids anyways. So then I got to my first hour, and I have Holocaust and genocides, and it's just about the Holocaust and some genocides. My teacher's pretty cool. He's from Wausau. Oh, I should not do that. He's from Wausau. He's only been teaching for like a year and a half, so he's new. And then my second hour, I go to algebra, and I have my cheer coach as my algebra teacher, and yeah, we'll explain that later. So then third hour, I go to choir, and each of our classes are 45 minutes. So I go to choir. I'm in chamber choir, and that's the highest choir you can be in at my school. But anyways. Then we have 4th hour, but we skipped it that day because we already had 2 hours of advisory, and we ain't about to waste more time. And then we went to 5th hour, and then 5th hour I have American Lit, so that's just English. And then I went to AP Human Geography? APUSH. It's just like an AP history class, and you can use it as college credit. Can you like not stand? It's fine. And then I go to, so that's 6th hour, and 7th hour I go to study hall, and then 8th hour I go to, what class do I go to? Physics. I'm stressed out about physics because I have this, okay, from this point on, I'm gonna pretend to be Dr. Noyak until I finish ending why I'm so scared about physics. So, physics, she talks like really, really fast, and she like explains everything in like 20 seconds, and I'm like, well, what's going on? And I ask people around me, and she's like, yeah, I shouldn't be talking to other people, and I'm like, well, you didn't teach it because I don't know what you're talking about because you talk this fast and I just can't handle it. She seems nice, but her daughter is in the class, and to me that's just awkward. Like, wouldn't you find a different teacher and not your mom? I don't know. Okay. Then I have practice that day after school. I'd say cheer practice went fine, but yeah. Also that Monday, I was really like not about the school life, and I was really like pessimistic. There are some people in my classes that I really wish weren't in my classes at all. Like, I don't even want to be near them as human beings. But anyways, Tuesday rolls around. Our school starts at 7:28, so I get up at 6. I leave the house at 6:30, so I'm getting ready and getting my lunch together around 6:20. I leave the house 6:30, and I'm rolling in on to school, having a great old time. I like park in the back because I didn't know we could park up front because there's new parking this year, because parking we had last year is kind of like wonky because they have like semi-trailers with stuff. There's like something banging on my wall. I think it's my cats, but that's weird. I get in early, I'm walking around, just cruising around, still don't know where my first class is because that's just who I am. Something keeps banging on the wall as soon as I start talking. Anyways, so I walking around because I don't know where any of my friends are, so I'm just like Jay chillin'. Get to my first hour, I sit down. Honestly, I don't mind my first hour, like, at all. Like, I don't mind it. I relate to everything about him and his aesthetic. He's just, I don't know, I like him as a teacher. I can't say anything wrong about him right now, but I'll probably change my mind later. So, first hour goes fine, but he says in the beginning of class, like, hey guys, no backpacks, put them in your locker, and I'm like, no. And then I just put it in my second hour, but then I get back to the class, and he's like, I changed my mind, I just talked to a teacher, you can have your backpacks, and I was like, anyways, then bell rings, I like zip out of class, like I'm gone, and then I'm in my second hour, just like Jay chillin', like grabbing my backpack, sitting around, just having a grand old time. And then my math teacher flips out these equations, and she's like, solve them, and I'm like, well, I'm lost, you did not teach us yet, so wanna help me out here? I kind of figured it out after that day, but still a little lost. But that's fine, we're moved on. Not even important anymore. Bell rings, and I forget what class I have to go to, so I like flexing on all of them, just checking my Apple Watch and checking my schedule. And I put my locker away, I put my backpack away, get to choir, and I sit down, and I just have a grand old time. I like choir, but I can't have my phone, and my phone's too far away from my Apple Watch to get notifications, but I shouldn't be looking at my Apple Watch anyways. Bell rings, I zip on out of there, and then I'm like, oh, I have to go to advisory, that's not really important, so I just kind of like roll in late, because I don't care. Do some of my math homework, I'm pretty sure I finished it, and then bell rings, I'm zipping off to my 5th hour. So then American Lit, she's like, well, guys, let's have a grand old time, and I'm just gonna chat about myself for this entire class. And I was like, okay, you do you, as long as we don't get homework. And she's like, no homework. And I'm like, oh, bye, bell rings. I zip on out of that class. I'm in 6th hour. I lied because I have a lunch, so I zip out of that class, grab my lunch out of my locker, and I like shove my backpack in, and I lock it, but I don't actually lock it, I just put the lock on. I don't physically lock it because I can't open locks. Anyways, I zip on over to the lunchroom, sit down with my few friends. I like to call my friends, I hope they're my friends, but like Elisa, Brooke, Christina, Hilda, Libby, and Kaylee and Chandra. I sit with them. I'm eating my food, just having a grand old time. Bell rings, I zip onto my locker, grab my stuff, throw my lunch in, and go to class. So then, okay, that thing keeps banging on my wall. We're gonna continue. So I zip on out of there, get to my 6th hour, and he's like, well, you guys have homework. You have to read chapter 1 in your textbook, make notes about it, and then we're having a test Wednesday, but I didn't hear that part, so I read it, I was ready to go. Bell rings, I zip on out of class. Okay, that's gonna be something that I keep saying. I zip on out of class, and I get to my study hall, and I realize I have no homework. By study hall, I literally have no homework besides reading, but he has us leave our textbooks at home because someone already had their textbook stolen, and he's like, when are we gonna do their class? But just leave it at home. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I didn't have my textbook, so that's fantastic. So I just sat there. Anyways, bell rings, I zip on out of class, and I get myself to physics because this is on the other side of the school, and it literally takes 5 minutes to go from one end to the other end of the school. So I got there because we have 8-minute passing times. I get to physics. I don't remember what happened Tuesday. It's too far away. But I think we got a worksheet or something, or did reading, or I don't know. Bell ring. I zip on out of class. Like, I'm gone. Actually, I was not gone because we had to put up the chairs that day, and they're, like, spinny chairs. If you've ever tried to, like, flip over a spinny chair and put it on a table, like, that's just a whole new level of chair flipping, and I am not on that level yet. So that was a struggle. So I didn't actually zip out of class. I, like, waddled out of class because I'm pretty sure I gave my ankle a bruise that day. It's still here. Fun thing, I actually fell down the stairs today and my ankle hurts, but yeah, anyways, we're gonna continue. So then I got my stuff, and I'm pretty sure no, that is on Thursday. Okay, homie. I got my lunchbox and my cheer bag, and I go out to the locker room, and I get changed. Now this day, this was like our first real full day of school. Nobody was feeling it. Everyone was tired. Our teacher was taking her anger out. Our coach was taking her anger out on us, like she usually does. I gave someone a concussion. It's maybe my fault that I tossed more than her, but it's like, she could have spotted, could have dodged, but she didn't. But I'm not blaming her. I don't react that fast. If you've seen my reaction times, they're not good. They're like really bad. That's bothering me. Fix it. Okay. Then she has us go hard condition, run around the gym. So it's like the gym, and then there's like a hallway that goes all the way around the gym, like outside of it. We ran around that 3 times, and then we did a bunch of push-ups, and we did killers. Then we did crunches, more killers, and then stuff. Were they killers? I don't know. We did killers in somewhere. But oh well. Continuing, they were mad, but we rolled up our mats because we were like, bye. And then we didn't have practice till Thursday, so I will continue. See, I go to sleep. Now I wake up on Wednesday feeling it, you know, just feeling my school vibe, just really feeling it. I roll on up to school. I get me a high app parking spot because I was not about to walk all the way back to the, other side of the parking lot. I'm just lazy. Anyways, I zipped on in. I pulled in behind this black car, and he didn't even pull all the way through. And I was like, hey, can you pull all the way through? And he's like, no. And I was like, okay, beach. So, oh my God. So that's the spot I pulled into, and the spot behind it was like over here. I was like, well, skirt. And I like backed into this spot, got on my car, slammed the door, and like waddled my way into school, wandered around, put my stuff away, went to the bathroom, put my leg up. I remember this. I put my leg up on the, what is it called? The sink, took a picture of my outfit, and people came in, and I was like, don't even question it. And then I like zipped on out of there. Warning bell rings. I get to my first class, Holocaust and Genocide. We get our books, The Unbroken Chain, and he gives us homework for reading it. And then zip on out of there, get to my algebra, get homework, zip on out of there. Go to choir, don't get any homework, zip on out of there. Go to advisory, do nothing besides homework. Zip on out of there. 5th hour, I keep forgetting my classes. And I get there, and before we didn't have seating arrangements, but that day she gave us seating arrangements. It's not that I don't like the people that I sit around, but I just don't really hang around them, and I don't like their vibes that they give. Except the kid that sits next to me, he seems fine. Like, he seems normal, but the 2 girls that are, I don't not like them, but I would rather not hang out with them, if you know what I mean. Like, they're not my, like, No. Anyways, I go with Eliza. We zip on out of there, get lost, get to our lockers, grab our food, go eat, zip from lunch, go to A push. And then after that, he gives more homework. Oh my God. If that's in the recording, I'm gonna get so mad. Hoo yeah! So I zip out of there, go to my 7th hour, do my homework, zip on out of there, get to 8th hour. Sorry, I forgot. I get to physics. And then I forget what we do in physics. Okay. Zip on out of there because this day I didn't even have to go to cheer practice. Felt great. I was gonna zip on out of there, get to a friend's house, have the best time. I get to my car and I'm like, well, crap. I left my lunchbox in my locker and that has ranch in it and you can't just leave your lunchbox because I'm pretty sure I left my lunchbox in there the day before. And I was like, well, forgot that one too. So then I ran back in, grabbed both of them, ran back out, threw it in my car, and then I zipped on over to my friend's house and honestly just had the grand oldest time. It was great. It was a great day. And then I leave their house at 10. And I'm dead, and I was I don't really zip on home. I kind of try to get home the best as I can, as best as possible, but I missed a few turns, so probably shouldn't stay out that late on a school night. Guys, I'm freaking out. Anyways, then it is Thursday. We have an hour late start on Thursdays, every single Thursday. So instead of school starting at 7:28, it started at 8:28. So I did not sleep in because I actually did not finish my homework because I was at my friend's house and I was like, anyways, did my homework, got up at 6. Sorry, I had to burp. And then zipped on out of there at 7:30. Parked in the front. Then I went through all my classes. Nothing really happened in any of my classes, so I'm not gonna say zipped on out of there for a while. I get to cheer practice. It's fine. It's a lot better than it was on Tuesday. Friday rolls around, I waked up just energized and hyped and ready to go and just so positive and yes, I didn't even care that it was Friday. I was just feeling good. I was wearing this cute outfit. Oof, I just looked so good. Anyways, felt good, went to practice. It was pretty good. It was good. It was a good day. So, my review of the school. So, the lettering system in our school is whack, okay? It's so whack. You guys know how whack it is. It'll go from L to, F, and it'll go from, 101 to 102 to, 115. You're like, but does that make sense? Not really. Sorry, my cats are fighting. That does not make sense to... Ugh. Sorry. Okay, my cats were fighting. I had to break that up. I'm fucking scared. I think there's someone in my house. Fuck. Okay, well... Okay, the lettering system doesn't make sense. It's whack, okay? It's just whack. The hallways downstairs are... they're not, small, but they're not big either. The stairwells in the new part of the school are tiny AF. It's like one person on this side can be going up and one person going down. And that is not enough. Like, there is not enough space for all of us because we pretty much all have to go down the same staircase. Yeah, don't see that ending well at any time. Our lockers. Okay, it's really nice to have lockers, and I appreciate that we all got lockers this year, but they're stacked on top of each other. I'm on the top, so it doesn't really bother me, but people on the bottom, if you open your locker and you, like, don't notice them down there for some reason, you can, like, whack them in the head. And then putting in the locks is, like, literally the hardest thing to do because it's, like, the hole is like this, right? But it's like the locker part like goes down, so it's like only this much of it can like stick out, and you're like, well, and you have to put your lock in. It's like, not really working. And then if you lock it, I like can't open my locks for some reason. That's just me, and I feel like that's a lot of people as well. So I just leave it open anyways. I'm like, well, if you're gonna steal something, you're gonna steal my lunch. And if you do, I will find you and I will murder you. But besides that, we're gonna move on. The bell system. Okay. So the bells in some parts of the school are super quiet, and sometimes they're extremely loud in other classes. So I think they're working on that, but that's really irritating because the bell would go off and no one in our class would notice until we see a bunch of people walking through the hallways. And also something that's different is we start at 7:28 and end at 2:51. We used to start at 7:28 and end at 2:43. Yeah, it's not that much more, but they just added time to our passing, and we didn't really need that much time at all to our passing times. Our lunchroom, I would say, is like 3/4 the size it was. There's just not enough room for everyone, and everyone's like packed in like sardines to this lunchroom and like this common grounds area. I'm sorry that I'm really salty about that, but it used to just be the commons, now it's like common ground, but I'm like, yeah, no. What else? Honestly, the teachers this year seem nice. Like, they seem nicer than they did last year. Like, last year they were a-holes, but they seem nicer this year, at least if you're a junior. And I don't know, I'd say I'd give our school like a 4 out of 5. Like, it's not bad, but it's just something I'm probably not used to, so I'm not gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Like, wow, it's amazing, because no school's ever gonna be amazing. I'm sorry, but that's only my first week of school review. Yeah, this is just my point of view. I think that's just my opinion. That is it. I'm probably gonna hate this, and when I upload it, people are gonna be like, wow, she really loves talking about herself. And I'm like, well, I do. I don't know. I think this year should be fairly easy on my part. The only hard class I took was AP Human Geography. I don't even know what that's called. I just call it APUSH, but it's an AP class, and all I have to do is a ton of reading, and that is gonna be a struggle for me, but so far everything's pretty easy, so I expect this year to go well. Maybe I'll do like a school review every quarter and be like, well, just like, oh well. It seems fine to me. Like, it's school. You're never gonna like it, and you're never gonna like wanna be there, but in my opinion, it's better than it was last year. There's more space to maneuver. I feel like some of the upperclassmen aren't as spread out as the freshmen are, and maybe the sophomores, because it seems like all the seniors and juniors are like in this new area, and it's not that big. It also is kind of distracting because our hallways, like our walls, are mostly glass, and you can see into the halls and into other classrooms like on the other side, because we have like this is gonna sound so bougie, but we have like courtyards that separate. So this will be a building chunk, courtyard, building chunk, and then they'll be connected by these hallways and then the other hallways. but classes go out there and it gets really distracting because my classes are boring and I just like stare at everyone else and I get really confused. But other than that, I think I'm gonna like it this year as long as I'm not in a bad mood. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. So, thanks for watching. I'm gonna hear the subscribe logo right here because you should subscribe. It's gonna be, I think, this red button down here. And if it's not, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. But it should be this red button in this general area. You should subscribe. You know, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about this video, what I could improve on. Tell your friends about me, subscribe, have them subscribe. Let's make a community, like, yeah. So, thank you for watching. Bye. I got 2 balls, one for the bitches and one for them hoes.